infinity. Viewed in the context of these secrets, that of gold making is, relatively speaking, of little consequence, something comparable to the superpowers, siddhis, sometimes obtained by great yogis, which are sought not after for their own sake, but are important byproducts of high spiritual attainment. In modern times, the comprehensiveness of the alchemic art offers us innumerous insights into a wide spectrum of topics and disciplines, including alternative healing, psychology and parapsychology, spirituality, art, sociology, and quantum physics, to name a few. But remember, whether the alchemic subject is herbs, minerals, elements, or sociology, medicine, psychology, or shamanism, or even our own physical body, mind, or etheric body, alchemy is always about creative transformation, changing something that is inferior, imperfect, or unacceptable into something that is better, more perfect, and closer to what we desire. Although alchemy in its various manifestations can be clearly viewed as a quite serious subject, reading through both ancient and modern texts on alchemy can be entertaining as well. And the history of alchemy has a plethora of interesting characters, some mythical, some shrouded in mystery, and many historical people. Among these hundreds of fascinating personages, we have Hermes Trismegistus, regarded as a historical founder of alchemy and Hellenistic magical astral mysticism. The thrice great Hermes is often identified with Thoth, the ancient Egyptian scribe of the gods. There is, of course, the famous Paracelsus, the Latin name adopted by Dr. Theophrastus Bombastus von Hohenheim, a powerful 16th century reformer in the history of medicine who boasted that his form of alchemical medical philosophy transcended the learned medicine of the Galenist physicians of his day. Our modern adjective, bombastic, might be derived in part from his name, based on his dynamic attacks upon the contemporary authorities. And let's not forget Jabir ibn Hayyan, Latin Geber, known as the father of European as well as Islamic alchemy. Born in Persia in the 8th century, Jabir was strongly influenced by the Islamic mysticism of the Shiites. Yet he was extremely oriented toward laboratory practice and experimentation. One amusing theory of the etymology of the word gibberish is that it derives from the incomprehensible technical jargon used by Jabir, Geber, and other alchemists. In more modern times, Franz Tausend stands as one of the most successful quack alchemists, which helped give alchemy a bad rap in the early 1900s. Tausend boasted that through his new theories on atomic and molecular structure, he could transform lead into gold whenever he wished. His skill at persuasion was so great that he convinced many prominent persons, including princes, generals, bank directors, and well-known industrialists, to finance him. Unfortunately, his lavish lifestyle, which included 2 castles, eventually caught up with him. One of his dupes, a Munich banker, informed the police of his fraudulent activities, and he and his wife were jailed. The judge at his trial pronounced Tausend to be a brazen and unscrupulous impostor whose guilt was attenuated only by the credulity of his dupes and the mischievous influence of his wife, and sentenced him to 3 years and 8 months imprisonment. The full alchemic cast of characters throughout history is immense and beyond the scope of this book. However, leaving the impostors aside, I will present a simple lexicon, including some of the main personalities and their contributions to the art, as a means of imparting some of the key elements of alchemy. Along with the innumerable people involved in alchemy through the ages is the vast amount of materials, tools, and process.